Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Palace in confusion as the said virgins woke up screaming, battling invisible forces hours after returning home. Now, you know what happened? These girls, were willingly, given to the great lion for this purpose. Like they said, look, the parents said they were willing to allow their daughters go. Now, these are girls that were born into, an Ifa descendants, okay? The Yorubas, they have some of them who are Ifa devotees, right? And the fact that these children were born into that sort of family, it was easy for the parents to agree because they didn't see anything wrong with the ritual and everything. They in their mind they know that it is not going to be harmful to the girls. The girls, number one, they are still very, and of course, number two, they are doing this to help their own community, their own king and everything. So they felt like it was an honorable thing to do, and that was why they released their children to go to accompany the diviners for the ritual on Saturday. Now, the great lion was very happy. Everybody was happy that at the end of the day, they didn't even need to beg or pay or force anybody. These people willingly did what they did, okay? Even knowing the risks involved and all of that. So the palace was very thankful. They honored them and everything, and they took the girls back home. The girls are supposed to go home and prepare and come back to sleep in the palace on Thursday, so they can prepare them, do their cleansing ritual and everything. Friday, then Saturday, their Farende, then they will go. But what happened will shock everyone. Where, the parents came the next day to share the experiences of the girls. Now, it's important to bear in mind that these girls are not girls who are from the same parent, right? Yes, they are not from the same parent. They don't live together. For anybody to say, maybe somebody did this or somebody did that. No, the other parents came first in the morning, very early in the morning, to come and tell them the child's experiences that night, that the entire night they did not sleep. The girl was running from one place to the other, an experience that child has never ever had in her life. It was almost like an invisible force was running after that girl. Not 13 years. They said the other one is 16 and thereabout. The girl was just running and screaming and crying until the father had to go and hold her, press her face down to his legs, held the girl so the girl would know. Even while the girl was there, the girl was still screaming, "It's coming, it's coming, it's coming." In fact, when they shared this information to the palace was shocked. What the hell is going on? Now, while this family was there in the palace, they said the other family came also with their own daughter, that the entire night, that girl was crying also, battling an invisible force. Whatever happened to them that night, in fact, it was so scary. They were crying and crying. So when these people brought the children to the palace, they came to find out if it is part of what they were going to experience before they entered the forest. Now, the family needed to find out, to know if these things are happening in order for these girls not to get injured. And when they inquired from the palace to know if this is, part of the ritual, if they are supposed to go through this kind of troubling experiences, like before going in for the ritual, so that according to one of the girls' father, he needed to know if there would be any remedy to help the child so that she does not get injured. With the way that girl was running all over the place, all frightened that night, the girl could have fallen down, broken her teeth or something. That child would have been injured seriously, okay? So that was what the father was trying to inquire of the palace, only to find out that no, nothing like that is not supposed to be that way. The man was so shocked. So what happened? And the truth remains that Everybody was shocked because it wasn't just one of them that got that experience. Another of them got the experience. Like, it was a very, very scary experience from what the parents said. And everybody was shocked to have heard what these girls went through just because they accepted to go into the forest. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.